Hey, it's probably Sharon again. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Um, I have a whole list of stuff that I want to talk about on this channel, and it was kind of hard to pick a topic today because I have so many things I want to talk about, but I feel like there's a reason that I was kind of drawn to do this video today. Maybe there's somebody out there that needs to hear this or something. I don't know. You never know why you do the things you do, but um, let me introduce myself. My name is Sharon. I'm a Gen X. I'm single. I live with my dad, who is getting older. I moved in with him after my mom passed away. So that's a little bit about me. And the topic today is, getting a pet when you are depressed or you're lonely or you're single, you need a companion. Of course, there's a lot of things that go into deciding to get a pet. Do you have a place for them to stay? Is your landlord okay with it? If you have a landlord, are they okay with you getting a pet? Can you afford their food? Can you afford, their vet visits? Do you have a way to get them to the vet? I mean, if you get like a huge dog, is that huge dog going to fit in your car? Things, you have to weigh out all of these things, right? If you are somebody who goes out of town a lot, can you afford to leave them in a boarding facility while you're gone? Or do you have someone that they can stay with while you're gone? Because that is something that comes up with me. Sometimes I have to miss family trips because there's no room at the boarding facility for my dog. And, it's just like having a child. If you can't find daycare or a sitter for the child, you can't go. I mean, this is kind of the trade-off that you have, but it's worth it. It's worth it for me. So let me just kind of talk a little bit about why I got my dog. And yeah, it's one of the best decisions that I ever made personally. And I mean, this is just my story, but maybe somebody out there needs to hear this. I'm just going to go over a little bit of the story. I have a big story topic, I guess you could say, but I don't want to go into it too much today. It's a little painful, and I think I would really have to prepare myself to tell that story, but maybe someday I will tell the whole story. Like I said, I live with my dad. My mom has passed away. Neither one of us had ever been on a cruise before, and we decided we were going to go on a cruise. We went on a Caribbean cruise, and I think it was 7 days, 6 or 7 days, and it was amazing. On our last day, it was the day at sea, they call it, when the ship is going back to port. So we're on our way back to Miami. It's the very last day. The following morning, we would be, getting on the plane and going home. So I was out on the deck, and my dad was back in his room laying down, and he received a phone call from home saying that my brother and my son had both passed away at the same time. So as you can imagine, we were really far away from home. The trip home seemed like it took an eternity. I mean, we just couldn't wait to get back home to see the rest of the family and hold them and talk to them and just get back home. You want to be home when you're going through something like that. So we got home. Of course, we went through, we did the funerals and all of that. And, a month or two later, I mean, I'm starting to sink into a pretty bad depression. I mean, it would just replay in my head over and over. And I was always trying to figure out, why did this happen? They were both young, they were supposed to live for, forever and ever, so many more years. And, it's not fair that they're gone. And I just replay all of these things in my head over and over. And it got to the point where in the mornings, like, I didn't want to get out of bed. I mean, I had a job to go to and stuff, but like, I did not want to get out of bed. Like, it was a struggle for me to have to get out of bed, because if I could just go back to sleep, I wouldn't have to think about it. When I was awake, it was just consuming me. That's all my mind would just replay. And I was starting to sink into a really dark rut. And one day my nephew, which is the son of my brother that passed away, he was showing me a picture of this cute little puppy that he was thinking about getting. And then I found out that this cute little puppy also had a sister that nobody had claimed her yet. She was still waiting for her home. They were still too little to go home yet. They still had a couple of weeks. They needed to be with their mom before they could go home with us. But I thought about it, and I made sure it was okay with my dad because, you know, like I said, I'm living with him, and he was okay with it. So a couple weeks later, I brought this cute little husky with big blue eyes. I brought her home, and her name is Alaska. And you know, I didn't really think about it, thinking of it ahead of time. I wasn't thinking, oh, I need a puppy because that will give me something to do. It was more like I wanted something to hold. I wanted something to snuggle. I felt, a hole in my heart, and I need something. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cry. So I brought her home, and I didn't have a reason to not get up. I mean, she needed me. I needed to let her out to go potty. I had to potty train her. I had to, you know, I was doing all this research, you know, how to train your puppy, you know, the best things for dogs. You know, I was doing all this research, and, you know, taking her for walks and playing and teaching her tricks, and it was like, without even really thinking about it ahead of time, I feel like she's the reason that I was able to get out of that dark rut. And I'm not saying by any means like I got a dog and I was better, like by any means, no. I mean, I was still grieving pretty strongly, but she helped me, give me a reason to get up and carry on. She gave me, I had to take care of her. She needed me. And that was something I needed in that time of my life. And she's been amazing. I mean, for me, it was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. She's amazing. She loves me. She's so happy to see me. She's happy to see everybody, everybody that comes over. She loves everyone. But I just wanted to share my story about that. Maybe somebody out there needed to hear this today. And I hope I was able to help you in some way. Maybe I'll try to pop a picture of her up so you can see how cute she is. Thank you for staying until the end of my video. It's not a very long video, but thank you for staying until the end. I do have another playlist that is kind of tracking my progress of this channel. So if you want to check that out, maybe you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, just kind of give you a peek into like the stats, you know, how many views I get, you know, how many subscribers I have, and where I'm just starting out brand new. It's going to take me a minute to get going, but it's just kind of tracking my progress to kind of see how it goes. So if you're interested in that, take a look. Again, thank you for staying until the end, and I'll see you when I create my next video. Bye.